Hey guys, it's 3 of 12 here with my next review, Star Wars: The Force Unleashed for the Nintendo Wii. Now time to get into the concept for this game. Well, as Darth Vader's secret apprentice, you're supposed to go around eliminating the last of the remaining Jedi. Mind you, this takes place between Episodes 3 and Episodes 4 of the Star Wars saga. So you're going around doing these missions for Vader. You'll encounter a few friendly faces and not so friendly faces on the way, and at the end, well, I won't spoil that for you. Now on to the controls for this game. Well, the Wii Remote seems like it was made just for this game. Think about it, you're swinging your remote around and the apprentice on screen swings his lightsaber around. Sounds pretty simple, right? Wrong. Most of the time, the controls don't exactly work as well as they should. Like when you're swinging all over the place in intense situations, usually you'll find yourself doing aimless swings around the area and not being much effect, and a lot of the time it just won't register because you'll start going off screen. Controls aren't that great. To do a simple force push, you just thrust the nunchuck forward. And there's other force combinations you do, like one requires you to hold down 4 buttons while thrusting the remote and nunchuck down at the same time. It gets a little confusing and they don't always just work that well. So the controls are great when they work, which they do occasionally. You can swing your remote left and right, you can do an uppercut, you can do a stab. This would have been much nicer if the controls worked as well as they should have. Now on to a higher point of this game, the level design. Well, to start, this game is a very good looking game on the Wii. Almost up there with Metroid Prime 3, and Super Mario Galaxy, and Twilight Princess, all of which I will be reviewing later. The level design is great. Everything's very detailed, the environment's nice and crisp. Got little particles floating around in the air. The enemies look pretty good too, and the cutscenes in it are pretty good. Cutscenes look really nice, and there's quite a few of them. And it's got a lot of the different worlds from Star Wars, like it's got Felicia, which looks great. It's got Kashyyyk, which looks pretty good too. And also the animations when you're like ripping a log or a pipe or something out of where it was and slamming against an enemy. The animations flow really smoothly and the physics system's really good. When there's a lot of objects in the room, you just push them all at once or pick them up and slam into something else. Animations look great. And this is probably the highest point of this game. And the rest of it just kind of stinks. Now I'd like to get a little bit into the bad aspect. Well, a lot into the bad aspect. First of all, as I said before, the controls are not that great. They had so much potential, it just could have been so much better. Another gripe I have with this game, it's so short. I beat the entire game in about 6.5 hours, which is really short compared to games like, say, Final Fantasy VIII, which is around 60 hours, and that came out like 15 years ago. So I don't know why they made this game so short. Another gripe I have is the difficulty. The game was really easy. Also contributing to the fact that it could beat it in about 6 hours. The AI are just dumb as bricks. My neighbor's cat is probably smarter than them. You have a big log or something being thrown at them. What do? Oh no, they don't move at all. They just stand there and get hit. Now in the PS3 and Xbox 360 version of the game, which I don't own, because I don't own a PS3 or Xbox 360, at least those have Euphoria, which creates some of the smartest AI ever seen. But in the Wii version, we're stuck with dim-witted, brick-like AI that don't know a fly from a cinder block. Probably the worst thing about this game in total is the camera angle. The camera likes to auto-adjust when it's out of focus, which gets really annoying. And most of the time, you'll be out of focus when you're being attacked by multiple enemies, so constantly find yourself reaching towards the control pad to switch the camera angle, which is not exactly easy to do in the middle of waving your arm all over the place. You can lock onto an enemy, but this creates another problem because you're just focused on that one and the rest of them are around attacking you, and you can't really do anything about it. Camera's just awful. Like, you won't be able to know where you are, or get like stuck in a corner or something. This one particular battle with a bull rancor is just the worst. It's got the worst camera. I don't even know how they let that level pass through. It's just the camera keeps auto-adjusting all over the place. You can't see where you're going, and that thing's always attacking you, and whenever it attacks you, you're always knocked down on the ground or immobilized, and it keeps attacking you, and you can't get away. That's pretty much it for the bad aspect, unless I think of something else later. Time for the good part of this game. Well, as I said before, the game does look pretty good, and it mostly runs smoothly except for that awful camera angle. And the gameplay does provide a few actually fun moments, like QuickTime events. I've actually heard a lot of reviewers complain about the QuickTime events in all three versions of the consoles, but I don't really have a gripe with them. I think they're kind of cool. They create a nice little cutscene. You gotta either shake the weird motor nunchuck, or if you get in a saber force lock, you have to twist the remote nunchuck while pushing it up. They're kind of cool, and takes out a big chunk of the enemy. The boss battles in this game, at least the lightsaber dual boss battles, were pretty fun also. Like, we have to fight Darth Vader at the end. What I also like is that at the end there's two possible outcomes. You actually have a choice. I won't give too much away though, you'll just have to play that for yourself. But it's pretty cool. This game has somewhat replay value. You can, after you beat the game, you can go back with all the force powers you've unlocked and start at the beginning. And you can unlock a lot of costumes, you can unlock new lightsaber colors, new lightsaber hilts, all through these holocrons you find lying on the ground, or behind rocks or something, which gives players a reason to kind of go back, and I believe it's got a level select thing somewhere. I didn't play through it again, though, because I didn't really care for it that much the first time. It was fun, though. It was pretty fun. It's just a lot of the annoying things made me not want to play back through it, though. But I gotta say, it is fun force gripping an enemy, picking up, and when you slam the nunchuck down, it slams them into the ground. I've gotta say, that is pretty fun. Guess I'll wrap this all up with the conclusion. Well, The Force Unleashed it's an average game. It could have been better, yet it could have been much worse. It's definitely not worth all the hype and not worth the money, but at least I can trade it in and get half of what I got back, which is a brand new game, which is nice. So the controls, meh. Gameplay is decent. AI is idiots. So there's not much depth to this game. It's 6 hours long, and after you beat it, there's not much for many players that are going to want to make them come back, because the main mode was frustrating sometimes, but it was also easy at other times, and not much wants to come back. Oh, one thing I forgot to talk about in the Wii version is dual mode, where you and a friend can grab a remote and nunchuck, and you can pick from like 27 different characters or so, and you can battle each other on about 5 different stages, I think, which is pretty cool, but nobody in my family really wants to do that, so X that idea. So overall, I'd give this game a 6.5 out of 10. It's not that great, yet it's not that bad. So, see you next time. Look, as always, look out for more of Janeway's reviews and more of my reviews. I'm not sure what I'll be doing next. Still waiting for Janeway's review to get up. So, this is 3 of 12 from Metro Reviews 64, signing out.